All right, guys, welcome in.
Girls content.
Thank you, Deez, for the 22 months, and welcome into Arabia. And this is going to be Canada up against Chile. It's Canada A against Chile A, and Canada is undefeated in this tournament. Chile almost went down to Austria the last time they played, but they made it through, and whoever wins this goes on to face China A in the semifinals of the winner's bracket. Now, we've got a mezzo matchup over here. We've got Incas for Noisek over on this side, and we're going to have Slam playing as the Mayans. Now, both of these guys will probably go just double range and pressure, and if we look at their maps, well, Slam, he's got this woodline protecting him a lot, and these golds are actually fairly safe at the back, and he's got a nice backwood, so good map for Slam. Gold is kind of forward for Noisek, but he has a forward woodline too, so he should be able to protect himself. They should both be safe over on that side. On the other side, we have Chris, the legend, playing as Ethiopians. He's got an exposed gold, so he has to be careful. And now 2 of his pigs are being stolen, which is an issue for him, for sure. And his berries are forward, too, so not the greatest map for Chris. He's matching up against White Court, playing as the Vietnamese. And, ugh, that gold is hideous, as well as this stone. But at least his berries are safe, and he has other gold options. Maybe he's got this gold. Where's the other one? Over here. Ugh, not the greatest map for him either. In the pocket position, we have Wasepi playing as the Gujaras and Sobek playing as the Franks. Good pocket sieves there for Team Chile. And then for Team Canada, we have Hera, of course, playing as the Hindustanis and Mentalist playing as the Huns. And we heard Mentalist mention when they were drafting, he was like, so can we pick Huns next time? We also need Huns. Is anyone interested in picking Huns? Huns, anyone? I think we should pick Huns next time. It's comfort pick for Mentalist. And he's got him. So I'm expecting big things. Expecting big things. This is the same team that played in 2017. This is the same team, I believe, that played in 2015. Maybe minus Hera for some of those games. But this Canada team's been together for a very long time. And this Chile team gained notoriety in Nations Cup 2017 as Chile B, basically, and they beat Germany. So, with a famous strategy on cross, which was the sling double castle conquistador rush, and Germany couldn't handle it. Is this a new patch? Everyone drink. Everyone drink. Hera is much better than he used to be? Clearly, yes. Wasn't Chris gone for much longer than since 2015? No, Chris was playing in 2017, dude. Chris was playing in 2017. I think that's when he left, end of 2017. Then he came back for DE. So he had a good, like, solid 2 years. 3 years break. All right, so let's take a look at the uptimes on the flanks. We've got Chris with Ethiopians. He's going to be going up at 18 population. Does he have the food? Can drop off some from these villagers. He's queuing up another villager. Okay. And Feudal Age is on the way here from Hera. Playing 19 pop scouts with the Hindustanis. He's got a pretty good base, too. Like, look at Hera's base. Oh, my God. It's beautiful. He can just wall here. And then he just, like, makes his production buildings over on this side or something. Amazing base with these 3 wood lines lining up. Amazing base. And no loom for Hera, either. So, Hera's been doing this a lot lately, playing no loom. Over on this side, Slam's barracks has been found. It's Sobek and Noisek are both over here with their starting scouts, but Slam has got loom, and Slam should be fine to place that barracks up, and then he'll have enough time to go into the archer ranges once he hits the Feudal Age. On the other side, we have a similar uptime to Hera from Noisek, and Noisek is actually losing a villager already. So great teamwork here from Slam and from Hera. They're really using that hill, and they didn't lose like any HP whatsoever. So Noisek is already at a pretty big disadvantage over on the flank here because he's dealing with 2 of these scouts. Slam is also trying to deal with 2 of these, but they're not doing any damage to him. And, oh, God, this is really bad for Noisek. Hera's already up to feudal age. He got the extra attack on his scout. We've got 8 villagers chasing these units. As feudal age comes in for everybody. And Hera's just looking for the... Oh, no, dude. Oh, Noisek's falling apart to 2 scouts. That's a 2nd villager going down. Slam and Hera just too good with it. And Hera even escapes with his scout. He comes back again. Scout gets hit. Maybe a little bit greedy there from Hera, but he's got more scouts to follow up there. And the stable is already complete. He will be producing some more. Noisek is down 2 villagers already. And Slam already has both of his ranges up. Noisek's just working on his 2nd. Be interested to see whether he has enough wood to produce archers, because he was idled so long over here and he lost 2 villagers off his wood line. Ooh, that's good. Oh, that's really good from Noisek. And Slam knows better than that. Slam just murdered 3 of his own pigs. Good thing he's playing Mayans, because the food lasts a little bit longer with them. He knows better than to shoot at that eagle. He knows better than to shoot at that eagle. What a lamer this Noisek guy is. Scout's now chasing the scout from purple away. Slam knows he can play it a little bit slow. He doesn't have to, though. Just massing up archers and starting the wall. He'll suspect that he's pretty far in front of Noisek right now. And he does have the archer advantage already. Meanwhile, on the other side, full walls here from red. And, not really any engagements just yet. Chris is just massing up his archers. He's playing really open. So he's going to have to lock this down. It looks like he's planning on walling to the edge and then just walling in front here. Interesting archer range setup for sure from him. You think they would want to make them the other way, but looks like he's got it figured out. Mentalist has quite a few scouts over here. He's feeling pretty good about himself. And now he's pulling the camel scout back over to Chris's archers. So good teamwork from these boys. Team Canada seems to be ahead right now. Definitely ahead in overall military numbers. As Hera is trying to snipe down some scouts, but taking the 1v2, which maybe isn't the most intelligent thing ever. Uh-oh, Noisek. Oh, no. Let's go, Slam. Finding opportunities. He's in on the berries, and Noisek is going to lose at least 1 more villager here, I think. Nope. Slam runs away. Slam probably asking for help from Hera. Hera is here with 2 scouts. Noisek is going to be able to clear up 3 archers from Slam and an eagle. And he only lost 1 villager there, so not the worst thing in the world that could have happened. Also, purple scouts coming over, and suddenly Hera and Slam having a military disadvantage on this side. Meanwhile, on the other side, Chris is tracking these scouts. He's got to get the walls down. You have to tap this again, my dude. Oh, no. Doesn't quite get it in time, but manages to save the villain. He can just engage against these with his villas, which is what he's going to do, and the archers are following up behind that. So Chris should be fine against the scouts from yellow. Meanwhile, Mentalist and Chris pushing forward over on this side. And they're going to the pocket player now. So they're going to try and hit Wasepi, but Wasepi is already walled. Good walls from him. Hera and Slam just kind of chilling, but because Hera has such a good map here, I don't think it's open there. It's not. He's already got the walls down on this side to the edge of the map, and he can just wall over here. And even if they want to do a lot of damage to him, they're going to have to go all the way around. And by the time they're around there, Hera's probably already walled here. He's probably short walls around his wood line. And Sobek probably won't be able to do too much damage. I was expecting like a gate here or something, but Hera not going to go for it. If Sobek runs in, it could be concerning, but it looks like he's not going to. Over on the other side. Scouts are pushing in against the houses. Archers are behind, and this is really, really bad for Wasepi. Really, really bad. Mentalist is in. Chris is behind with archers, and Chile is losing more and more villagers. 1, 2, 3 vills dead. Great teamwork here from Mentalist and Chris to get in there. That's 4 villagers dead. Probably a 5th villager. Yep, and a 6th villager, maybe? He could have killed a 6th one if he hung around, but he's going to keep his army numbers for now. Meanwhile, Chris might lose some vills here. Chris might lose some vills. He doesn't have that many archers left over. He just threw them in against Wasepi. So they've nuked the pocket. But now he's got to defend against the archers over here. And going skirmishers in a team game is never a good feeling as a flank. Meanwhile, in Hera's base. Uh-oh. Where did these archers come from? From Noisek. That's 2 villagers down from Hera. Slam is here, though. And Hera already has a wall on this side, so they should be able to trap them. What are the upgrades like? Hera's waiting 20 seconds for the armor. We already have the armor for Sobek. And Sobek has the extra HP as Frank's, so he's going to have the advantage over non-Bloodlines units. However, Hera takes the hill. Slam microing down the archers, and Hera and Slam should be fine to clear up this entire army. Castle Age on the way, though, for Sobek, and Castle Age on the way for Wasepi, even after he got nuked so hard on his main gold. And Castle Age is not in yet for any of the Canadian players. Slam is the first one to click up here with the Mayans. Slam does have a considerable amount of archers, though. He's got 20 archers versus the 14 from Noisek. Hera has Bloodlines. No, he does not. Last snare. Don't confuse me like that, dude. Dude, the colors of the rainbow. Look at this. Oh, they were all lined up. It was perfect. You're colorblind? Yeah. Yeah, we know. Villager going down over here. Mentalist and Chris now putting all of their attention on red. And Wasepi hits the Castle Age. He was queuing up Camel Scouts, so he's going to have a decent number of camels upon reaching Castle Age. That can come over and try and clear up this army over here from Chris and Mentalist. The concerning thing for me right now is that Chris doesn't really have an archer mass, right? He was forced to make those skirms to push back the archers from red. And he's added a 3rd archer range, but it's going to take him time to mass up. Over on this side, Slam and Hera pushing in again. Slam's trying to take a villagery. Might be able to kill one if he's lucky. Doesn't look like it. And he's got to respect the numbers here. The numbers of archers from Noisek. Shervamsha's also being added in from yellow. So we're going to need full walls from Team Canada. Those Shervamshas can just kind of run right underneath the TC. They don't care. And the archers are, well, they're going to struggle against them, right? Maybe not. Looks like they're doing pretty good. Looks like the archers are doing fine. Over on this side, though, Mentalist kept making scouts. He's got 16 scouts as he reaches the Castle Age. And he's just going to dive all over the archers from White Court. He is getting cleared up by the camels from behind, but they're clearing up the range numbers on this side. And Chris just trying to get as much value out of these skirmishers and archers as possible. As Mentalist queues knights, he's still got 11 light cav on the field. And Hera and Slam once again pushing over on this side as Hera starts adding camels of his own. Nice job from Team Canada. Really, really nice job. You can see the military advantage, eco advantage as well. And Chris goes for a university. We have a 2nd town center approach from White Court, but he also has the university and he's getting ballistic. So White Court doing a fairly good job here. Slam and Hera want to push in. And Hera's got the +2 armor. This is very bad for Noisek. This looks really, really bad for Noisek. Slam microing his way in. Taking out these crossbows here. Slam already has ballistics. So when Noisek is running away, he's tanking shots. And that is a lot of dead bodies over there. But the Knights are in now. The Knights are in from Sobek. Noisek is trying to run away. And oh no. Slam kills the villager trying to rewall. They also killed a palisade, and Hera is all over these villagers running away all the way around the wood line. Meanwhile, on the other side, looks like a big clear up there against the cavalry from Mentalist, with Seppi taking a bunch of those out. Mentalist still producing behind, though, and he's got 3 town centers. And Noisek is now losing 4 more villagers. Noisek is at 30 villagers right now with none in the queue. It's really bad. Slam is at 47 with 42 crossbows. That is a massive advantage over here. Sobek does have more knights than Hera has camels, but Slam is in a position to just completely steamroll Noisek over on this side, or they can just ignore Noisek and go over to Sobek's base, which could be a huge issue for him. Chris falling back a little bit. Decent number of crossbows here from White Court. He's got 24. And he's got 55 villagers. So White Court is winning the 1v1 here against Slam. Or sorry, against Chris. If we look at a direct comparison. But Mentalist is booming up quite nicely behind. 61 villagers. We got 49 villagers only from Wasepi. And now the other Chilean pocket is in deep, deep trouble. Deep, deep trouble. Have you still not found a way to get the military value bar back? I haven't looked because I don't think it's important. Mentalist goated player. True. Nice. Nice job from Slime and Hera. Noisek is really struggling to catch up on the crossbow numbers from Slam. Slam's crossbow mass is crazy right now. He's got 50. 39 of them are forward, and he's just massing up another army back here. And if Noisek isn't careful, Slam can just show up right here while he's busy. And Hera's applying pressure over on this side, too. And they've actually forced the other pocket to come back and help them out. The odd raid coming into Chris's base. But they can't really apply pressure to Chris when yellow is needed over here. They're trying to trap this army, and this could be a massive flank from Chile. This could be a massive flank from Chile. Slam and Hera really need to make sure their positioning is correct as Hera dives onto these crossbows over here. Slam is going to split up into 2 groups and micro down the crossbows. They know they're going to lose all of their units over here, just trying to get as much value as they can. And Slam will lose his crossbows, but he's going to successfully take out all of the crossbows from Noisek at the same time. And a bunch of the cavalry from Chile went down there too. And in the meantime, well, Slam still has 22 crossbows, and Hera is now constructing forward siege workshop. He's got more stables coming up over here, and he's got 77 villagers behind. Mentalist is going beast mode right now. He's at 78 villagers. He's got 20 knights. He's getting iron casting. And he's just been really, really supporting his teammate super well. 275 villagers for Canada. 237 villagers for Chile. Iron casting? I thought it was Dave casting. Ha 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 ha. Hilarious. Thank you for joining us. This is not good, though. This is not good. That is a lot of crossbows from White Court. Chris is on the hill, and he's trying to micro down all these camels. But that amount of knights is not going to be enough to support against this many crossbows. Or maybe it... No, it won't. Definitely won't. Crossbows are going down, but White Court is focusing down the crossbows from Chris first, and then he can focus on the knights. The knights will all fall. However, there's more army where that came from behind as Chris has to mass once more and Mentalist has to mass once more. I think Chris should be adding extra ranges, and there we go. There's another range. We already had 4 ranges from White Court, and that's why he had such an army advantage. Also, Chris, I think, took a few reckless fights. But he can afford to take a few reckless fights because look what his teammates are doing over on the other side. I think the game plan for Canada is probably like Chris and Mentalist negate the 2 players on the other side, and Hera and Slam steamroll. Like, there's not many pairings in a 4v4 situation that would be better than Slam on flank and Hera in the pocket. Slam is an incredible archer flank. And we all know what Hera can do if he gets his economy up and rolling. Which it is right now. Imp for Sobek? Yep, that's right. Imp for Sobek, Imp for White Court. White Court could be a danger here. There's a lot of crossbows for him. This is desperation mode here for Noisig. It's a good defensive setup. But he's lost his main TC. Noisig has 0 on food currently. And now Slam and Hera are angling towards the pocket player. Slam is on the way up to Imperial Age. Slightly behind White Court. He's got 60 crossbows of his own. And Hera should be clicking up shortly. Should be clicking up shortly. Looks like he queued up a few more camels. Just needs some gold. It's also going for a 4th TC here. The Knights from Sobek could be very concerning because Hera's reinforcements are all going forward. But he signaled them. So Slam has the outpost here. And, oh man, Slam. Let's go, dude. Look at this outpost setup. They can see this Knight raid coming from a mile away. Now, does Mentalist have anything to counter this? He's got Knights of his own. So he's sending them back there. And he knows all about these. He'll still lose some villagers, likely. Wall, Mentalist? He'll still lose some villagers. But he's going to delay us for as long as possible. Gate, gate, gate. Mentalist? And the Knights are looping in there. He's still going to lose some, but look at how much delay he's already provided here as he finally gets back here with the Knights. The Knights took a long time to get there. Imperial Age on the way for all the other Canadian players as Hera is still pushing in. Hera's got 4 mangonels. We do have a defensive castle over here from Sobek. And we are getting the Arbalest upgrade here from White Court as Chris goes for a pretty risky castle. And he makes his way back here with the crossbows. Hera's got some camels to help clear this up. And Mentalist ends up not losing a villager, I think. All helped out by the outposts from Slam. And oh man, White Court has to be really, really careful here. He suddenly has 63 Arbalists with no support in the middle of enemy territory. Like, he's got to be super careful. I don't know where the army is for Mentalist. It's back here, but if these Knights find a good fight, all these Arbalists could die very, very quickly. Meanwhile, on the other side, as Hera is defending in Mentalist space, he is also pushing over here with Slam, and Slam has 80 Arbalists. They're just waiting, bro. They're just waiting. Mentalist is going to lose a few villagers, but they're waiting for the Cavalier to kick in and the +3 armor. As Slam pushes in with the Arbalest. Slam also going for a castle on this gold from Orange. And he's bringing the relic too, so... pull that back now. Uh-oh. Mentalist is like, okay, guys, I got 20 seconds until engagement. And Chris is coming, too. Chris is coming. Oh, this is going to be a massive fight. Let's take a look at the army numbers before this happens. 61 Arbalists, 13 Camels, and 9 Cavalier. Against 42 Camels, 52 Cavalier, and 42 Arbalists. Hera can delete these walls, make more space. Mentalist can loop around to the back, which is what I think he should do. And the Arbalest from Chris will keep pushing here. White Court has a final stand on this hill, and Team Chile is going to call the GG. as White Court gets completely surrounded by Mentalists. The castle is up on Noisic's side. And Slam is still just hanging out here. Looks like they tried for a big battle at the same time. But Harrow was there with the Mangonels, and Slam was there with the Arbalist. Great job from Team Canada. Good teamwork there. They really hurt Noisic early. And then it felt like Slam and Hera lost some numbers, right? Trying to push forward. But then Chris and Mentalist were doing work. And then Chris and Mentalist lost numbers. And then Slam and Hera were doing work. And they forced the other pocket with Seppi over to help them. So he couldn't punish the fact that Chris and Mentalist didn't have as much army as him in White Court. And then, of course, that raid, the Knight raid that came in from Sobek. He took a risk to send the Knights in because he felt like he couldn't win the fight over here. He thought, maybe if I nuke one of their ecos with my Knights, I'll be good. But Slam had the outposts up. They saw it coming from a mile away, and they were able to take basically no damage. Well done. Well done. KD here. Not looking good for Noisic. We didn't expect it to. And the eco also not looking good for him. You can see how far behind he was from everybody else. Mentalist with the best eco in the game. Hera short, very closely behind. And then Sobek behind them. We see Hera Mango Slam at the end. I was like, I wonder how they got these 17 kills. Well, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Great game from Team Canada. Really, really great game. Okay, so now we go on to one of Chile's home maps. It looks like it's going to be Team Islands here. I think Chile might actually be seeded higher than Canada. Yo, what's up, Goat Thief? How's it going? You hopping in when they go up 2-0? No. What's the reason behind sniping Vikings? So if you look at the map pool, we have migration, right? And Vikings and Dravidians combine so well on migration. So Dravidians give you +5 pop per dock as a team bonus. Vikings make the docks cheaper. So you can just get the docks up right away. You don't even have to go, you can go pre-lumber camp dock. You don't have to make a house. Chile seated higher? How? I think they had higher ratings when the signups happened. I think. Could be wrong, though. Okay, Mayans, Ethiopians, Hindustanis, and Huns. And then we had Franks, Vietnamese, Gujaras, and Incas. Should be a pretty good Nomad combo, no? Not really. It's okay. Dravidians is okay as a teammate on Nomad. I don't think the Viking bonus really gives you that much. Bro actually did work with Huns. I mean, he justified the fact he was asking for them, right? Yeah. That was the question, is how well Canada would do. Because we basically, we haven't had any practice sessions. I know they proposed a few teams to practice against, but not everyone has been able to do it. So, the question with Canada is, how rusty they were going to be with Mentalist and with Chris, and then like how well they would gel as a team after all these years. Vamos Chile. I'm sorry, Vamos Chile, but Canada's going to take it. But good luck, though. Good luck. Good luck. Why is the text in the draft Comic Sans? Is it? I don't think it is. Rooting for Canada from Australia? Hell yeah, brother. Do you remember? This is whose home map? Chile's. On and on. Let's go, Canada. Still in the lobby here. I think we're going on to Team Islands, though. Mentalist can be the best player in the world, in my opinion. Plays the game after big intervals of time in a state where he's rusty, still evidently performs other pro players who play the game full time. I think that's a bit of copium. Mentalist is a very good player, and he's very adaptable. But I don't think he can be the best. I think he could get into like the top 20, top 15 discussion again, like he was back in the day. I think he has that capability. And he's had some like wild games. He's one of my favorite players of all time to watch. But he's still missing some elements for sure that we would need to see.
Here's $10 for my biggest fan.
Thank you, Jack Edwards. Appreciate it, bro. Catastrophic. Thank you for the 4 months, bro. Same could be said for Chris if he never stopped playing. I overheard a conversation with Yo and Hera, I think. And Yo was saying it's good to see Chris back at NAC 4. He's like, it's good to see Chris back, and he's like, tell Chris I said that he could still be a top 10 player. He's so smart. And if he puts in time, he can still be top 10. So Yo thinks it can be done. And I think so. I think it's possible. What are we timing out here? Oh my god. Don't copy pasta. We're not playing Italy, all right? There's no pasta allowed here. Chris doesn't have the time or really desire to climb back into the top, though. Yeah, true. True. I mean, it's not a crazy thing to say we have Doubt. Well, Chris is faster than Doubt. It's not like Chris is a super slow player. I was actually surprised when I watched his stream I always thought he was a really slow player, but I watched his stream and he's not that slow. He's not exactly like precise with his movements. But I think that's something that comes with time, right? Well, I mean, PJ, Chris just has so much experience. Like, even compared to Jordan, Chris has so much experience. What's Chris doing IRL? I don't know. He's a chemical engineer. See? He's smart.
Your mom groped me 2 Halloweens ago. Shut the fuck up or I'll take it to Twitter.
Monks.
Is Slam a full-time player? Nope. Theater, thank you for the 9 months, dude. We just had a kid. It's yours, not mine. Thanks. You don't know what your teammates are doing IRL.
Fuck
Okay.
you all. Your lives are so sad. I get a charity tax break just for hanging out with you.
Hi Dave, anything coming back alive from the content graveyard?
Mikkel? Nope, it's all dead. Not coming back. Is this team really just Hera and his uncles? Okay. Toffee, they're not that old, alright?
Your lives are so sad.
Lore, welcome back, dude. Thank you. Who's the highest ranked caster? T90. I think currently. Might be Nilly. I think it's T90 right now. I don't see either one of them in the top 50 currently. Wait, was that serious? Rec Roulette and World Diplo dead forever? No, they're not dead forever, Monkey Lumps. They're on a hiatus. They're in the graveyard, all right? We can bring them back to life. All right? Just like your pet hamster. You know, when your pet hamster died and then he magically appeared again, looking slightly different in the cage 2 days later. And your parents were like, oh my god, Bubbles came back to life. You remember that? It's going to be very similar. It's going to be like Bubbles all over again, buddy. Mine came back as a fish. That'd be the most Chad parenting ever. It's like, what happened to our dog? Well, he died, but he reincarnated as a fish. You don't have to walk him anymore. Calvin's dad energy. Oh man, I used to love that comic. Calvin and Hobbes. Is it Hobbes? Hobbes? And one of my friends used to say Calvin and Hobies. I'm just like, I know it's not Hobies. I know what it's not. And it's not Hobies. Your friend from Quebec? I don't have any friends from Quebec. All right, here we go. Chile against Canada. Game number 2, and it's on Team Islands here. And we've got Sobek starting this off on the flank with Koreans. We've got Chris playing as the big galleys over here on the other flank, and they're probably going to go water against each other. Both good water civilizations. Wesepi is going to play Sicilians in the middle. Mentalist is going to play Aztecs. Okay, welcome in, folks. We're going to see some signature mentalist plays here, all right? I hope you're doing well. My boy is going Aztecs in the pocket on Team Islands. I am excited. I am excited because I think we're going to see a monk rush. We've got Hera playing as the Burmese. We might see the double monk rush. Probably scouts, though. Playing as the Burmese here in the pocket, and then Slam is going to be playing as the Mongols on the flank. Noisik will be playing as the Koreans, or sorry, Portuguese over here on the flank. And then we have Spanish and Sicilians in the pocket. Chile has much better Team Island civilizations here. They have much better Team Island civilizations. So it's all about what the strategy Canada is going to go for is. Hera's a clown. He's going to go 3 monastery monks. He just might. Burmese are not a bad water civilization early because they get the wood upgrades for free, right? It's just... Ugh. What do you mean? It's clearly a civ win for Canada? Is it? How? Remember that we're playing on Team Islands. And they have a civ in the pocket here for Canada. Which doesn't even get galleon. And doesn't even get cavalry. So we'll need to transport over to the enemy island to be of any use whatsoever. %100% counters only. Okay. Cool. Do they use team position settings for tourneys to organize flanks and pockets, or is it random? As you can see, the edge colors, so 2 and 8 are always going to be on the edge. And then the inner pockets, you can decide which either 2 or 8 you want to be closer to. 6 is closer to 8. 4 is closer to 2. You know what I'm saying? Did that make sense? Did my explanation make sense? And it's the same theory for 5 and 7 and 3 and 1. The green will always be closer to blue. Teal will always be closer to gray. 4-player monk rush. They just might. They might be mad enough to do it. With the Mongol monk rush. I mean, the Bengali... Dude, they are all docking forward. Oh my god. Except Chris, who's docking on the side. And the thing about docking forward on Team Islands in a 4v4 is no one ever expects it. Like, every single time I see the flanks going galleys, right? They never send the galleys through the middle because they're so preoccupied with the guy on the flank. And even if they win the fight against the guy on the flank, they usually loop around the back to look for fish. So this could be a big brain play. If Hera doesn't lose a villager to a crocodile. Hera? Oh my god, bro. Oh my... That would have been awful. Hera almost lost a villager to a crocodile. And you know how the quick wall situation has been lately. Like, those things will just... The animals will kill you over that wall. Very, very nerve-wracking times. And Loom isn't coming for Hera. That's not going to help this villager very much. I mean, she's on 1 HP regardless. But he's on the way up to the feudal age. Slam is also on the way up to the feudal age with the Mongols. Very, very nice setup for him. And he is going to go galleys here. Transport ship already on the way for Mentalist. And I'm pretty sure Mentalist should be making this transport ship for both him and Hera. So Hera can make some extra fishing ships. Why are you both making transport ships? Oh, because Mentalist wants to send over 3 villagers. Okay, that makes sense. Is this going to be a tower rush into monk rush? Like, what? He wants to send 4 villagers over. Shit. Usually we only see 2. Okay, Mentalist is not messing around here, folks. He is on the way. He's on the way. And, well, White Court is also on the way. And White Court is landing Hera's Island. And Mentalist and Hera won't see this. They won't see this. White Court might not see the transport ship from Mentalist either. His transport's just going to be in the middle there. Will he? White Court can see both the transports because he's Sicilians. He's got the Sicilian team bonus, the line of sight. And he's going to see both of those. So Hera has sent 4 villagers over. Mentalist has sent 4 villagers over. White Court already has villagers on the base from Team Canada. And Team Canada is not walling yet. This is looking not so good for Canada. We've already got the big walls coming up from Team Chile. And I just have to wonder about the strategy choice here, boys. I like the energy. I do. I'm just wondering. That's it. I'm just questioning. Not saying it's wrong. I'm just questioning. It's okay. Canada Civ wins anyway. All right, Rabdag. You heard it here first, folks. Rabdag says Canada wins. Let them cook. All right, we'll let them cook for a while. Meanwhile, on this side, Slam already hitting the fish from Noisix. So he was up significantly faster, and Slam is going to have a fishing ship advantage and a galley advantage over Noisix. So good opening on the water here for Slam. And that's, you know, a rough situation here for Noisix once again, because he had to invest all of this wood into walling. 45 palisade walls, and now stone walls behind, and he just got his fish killed, and now Slam is looping around to try and kill the fishes back from White Court. So good job there already. Unfortunately, though, Villager already going down for Mentalist. He knows the scouts are here. He was going for an outpost. And he's going to get a heads up that things are not looking so good on his own island. However, he does have the tower up over here, and it's a defensive tower from White Court now. Mentalist is not on stone right now, so he can't make a second one, but he's got some archers on the field, and he's already harassing the walling villagers here from Noisy. Slam has made his way around to the fishing, and this is really bad for White Court. Really, really bad from White Court. Slam and Chris have also brought their scouts over to try and help out against this push. And other than that one villager, White Court hasn't really been able to make any more damage on Canada's island. Bias caster, you're goddamn right. Nice damage here from Slam. Really, really good stuff. Hera also working away on the walls with his scouts, but all the Team Chile members are walled off on their side. I think White Court's vills are dead. Maybe. I mean, he's killing more over here. And I don't see the villagers on the mainland, so I think you're right. I think Slam and Chris might have killed the villagers there from White Court. Good job if they did. I mean, White Court can't build anymore, right? Galley's looping around this side. Slam is going to be able to track that. How is Chris doing on the other side? Chris is just in a stalemate right now with Red. As Mentalist keeps pushing. He's got eagles. He's got archers. And now his villagers are taking the gold on the enemy island. Hera's still looking for damage with his scouts. Slam's still chasing away fishing ships. And you can see these galleys have already killed 10 fishing ships. Like, Slam has done work with these galleys. It's going to be really, really tough for White Court and Wasepi to pull off their strategies when they don't have the fish to support them. Wasepi's going to get to the Castle Age, but he's only going to have 150 food. And he's losing more fish. See, this is what I'm talking about. These galleys are looping around the backside, and they're like, yeah, we're going to take out all the fish from the pockets, and then there's simply nothing here. There's simply nothing here for Noisig to hit. Chris might be in trouble, though. His galleys do heal over time, which is quite nice. But he got a little bit close to the galleys there from Sobek, and he's going to have to retreat. He does have reinforcements, though, so he can turn around, try and take these down once again. Looks like Slam is still running around with these galleys as well, as Mentalist tries to push in from this side. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, for who, though? Hera, is he going to lose villagers here? He should lose 2, right? He's walled in this scout. He's going to lose that villager, and he's going to lose another one. But he will be able to clear up the scout. So 2 villagers lost there from Hera. And we don't have that many scouts left from White Court. We've only got 1. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Knights are here. Knights are here from Wasepi. Spent a lot of his food on those knights. Remember, he didn't have that much food when he reached the castle age. Slam is just trying to micro this knight down with his galley. But the fire galley is helping out from behind, and I don't think that these knights are going to end up dying. He will save both of those at very low HP. How is Hera doing with his scouts? It seems like he lost most of them. And now his villagers are garrisoned here. So Chile is starting to clear up the landings from Team Canada. Meanwhile, the galleys have snuck their way all the way around here from Noisek, and Chris will need to deal with that. They went all the way around the island, and Chris is going to be chasing after these. Doesn't want them to get to his allies' fish, but Sobek is already there. Great snipes here from Sobek, making his way across, as Slam now has to turn around and start dealing with these ships. And if Slam gets a good engagement here, which I think he will, they might be able to pincer these in between Chris's navy and Slam's navy, and then Team Canada should control the water. Okay. Archers being dealt with. Couple knights will go down, but Tower and the archers are not enough to full clear those. And Mentalist is going to lose all of his archer numbers here before he hits the castle age. Hera's going for some spearmen, so the knights can't stay here forever, I think. I think Team Canada should just send the spears out now, yeah. Seppi's going to have to run away. On the backside here, the two scouts from White Court still looking for damage, but Mentalist has not taken any since he lost that first villager. And Castle Age is now in from Noisek. Is Noisek going to continue to commit on water? It looks like he's going to commit with villagers here. And Noisek is going to attempt to go for a town center near this hill. Harris still has this tower up. Slam has galleys over here, war galleys. This is a lot messier than Noisek would have liked. Let's just say that. A lot of these villagers are still weak as well. And Hera's going to run away with these vills. Is he going to be able to save them? Mentalist is going for a monastery over here, and it looks like Hera's going to lose all of his villagers on this side, as Noisek will get that TC up and secure the stones. Chris is on his way, though. Chris is on his way towards Sobek's fish, and Sobek is not committing onto water anymore. Looks like Hera is still killing with his scout. He's already killed 3 villagers with this scout. Classic Hera. Absolutely classic Hera here with this guy. He's looking for weak ones. Sobek goes for a siege workshop too. He wants to clear all of this stuff, but Mentalist still has villagers, and indeed, this was the plan. We were wondering about Aztecs. Well, Mentalist is indeed going for a 3 monastery monk rush. The monk rushes in, and he's created himself a nice little nook to sit in here, and he's even got a gate so his monks can leave. But the enemy can't get in. Couple more scouts and some knights now being mixed in from purple. And he's actually got another transport ship ready to go. So purple might think about transporting over. As Hera's knights are being healed by Mentalist. Mentalist converts a knight as well from his enemies and goes for a siege workshop. This is going to get really rough for White Court, I think. This is going to get really, really tough for him. He's going to need help from his allies with this for sure. Red galleys are still alive. And they're looping around this way, but Slam notices and he'll take care of that. Canadian fishing economy is not looking too bad. We got 6 fish, 7 from Slam, 7 fish from Chris. Still 5 fishing ships there from Hera. And they haven't cleared up the fish from yellow yet, but they're going around, and they're going to take care of that right now. And they can actually range the wood line, too. We'll just keep an eye out over here, though, on Mentalist's monk rush, as he now goes for a barracks, so he's going to add in some pikemen towards this. Also, it seems as if they've found the dock here from White Court, but I don't know if they found this stuff. Oh, they see another stable going up, so they know. They know it's going to be an issue, and Hera definitely knows that White Corp might be an issue because he's being harassed on this gold again. Hera doesn't seem to care. Classic Hera fashion. He's got an army knocking at the door, and he just goes for a 4th TC. He's fine. In classic Mentalist fashion, still pushing with monks on Team Islands. Nice round here from Chris as well. We see the war galleys hanging out around the base from Sobek. He doesn't see this tower coming up. But he's cutting off all of the resources along the shoreline. And that can be really, really annoying. If you're in Team Chile's shoes. Also, these scouts are trapped. I did not realize. Is Hera the opposite of Dark and no panic boomer? Yeah, kind of. This is going to get super annoying for White Corp. So he has the war galleys at the back here from Slam. And Slam will now be ranging this wood line. And White Corp doesn't seem to notice yet, which is really bad. He's already lost 2 villagers. Going to lose a 3rd villager, 4th villager, 5th villager. And he's being pressured here by monks, mangonels, and soon pikemen. But the light cav are in. The light cav are in here from Wasepi. These are Aztec monks, so they've got a little bit of extra HP. And they're healing themselves up behind, and a bunch of light cav get converted. Good conversions so far from Mentalist. But now we have a castle from Noisek, and Noisek is pissed. After what happened last game and what happened this game, Noisek is pissed. He's actually gotten atonement, and he's converting the monks from Mentalist, and he's forward castle dropping all of this. Is it worth it? We don't know. But Noisek just wants revenge, and he's going to shut this all down. Mentalist landing completely taken out by Chile. Can't really justify producing from these anymore. He's just going to try and escape with what he can. Meanwhile, on this side, Hera going for some Monks of Zone. Slam going for some Camels, some Slammels. And he's going to take care of the Knights. The villagers are still alive here from White Corp, but they've been idle for a while. Chris losing some ships against the towers and the castles here from Sobek. And Sobek is actually up to the Imperial Age with 102 villagers. So Sobek is the one player here that seems to have escaped the harassment from Team Canada on their own island. 104 villagers. He still has 4 fishing ships alive somehow. We don't know where they are, but they're somehow alive. And he's on the way up to Imp first, but Chris is right there with him. And Chris is getting a castle on his island. Yeah, I see a lot of people complaining about the Team Islands games as 2 more villagers from White Corp get killed. I quite enjoy watching these. I don't know why people are constantly complaining about them. I think they've been very dynamic in this tournament so far. I haven't seen one that I've hated. Even the ones with like Fetorias and stuff. The Austria Team Island game was worse. I didn't watch that one. I did watch the Chile-Austria one where Austria had Fetorias and Spanish trade and Chile still beat them with like Korean tower landing and Kameok landing and everything, which was sick. Oh, Mentalist is going to convert the stables. A lot of warriors. No, dude. No. Like, if anything, I think Arabia is one of the most boring maps you can get in this tournament. Because it's always going to be the same thing. It's every single time it's going to be exactly the same thing. It's going to be 2 archer ranges from both the flanks. And it's going to be scouts into knights or scouts into camels. There's no variety. Okay, he's got a stable. He's got a stable set. Come on, come on, Mentalist. We need him, dude. We need him. Just one. Just one, buddy. Just one's a lot of warrior. Just one. It's not happening. Chris is going for another castle, and this is a pretty decent hill over here. And Chris has trebuchets already coming out. Game is now paused as Sobek attempts to get back on the water, and he's waiting for Shipwright to come in before he gets any techs or starts producing any ships. However, his docks are dying, and Chris has Galleon on the way, so it's going to be tough. Does Mentalist even know about Zlotos? He does, yeah. He does. Slam is also doing a pretty good job back here. You can see he's still killing villagers from White Court. Like, how many eco kills do these have? 15. Some of those are fishing ships. Some of those are villagers. Good economy for Noisig. He recovered very nicely. And he's at 122 villagers right now. With the Portuguese as well. So, plenty of opportunities for him. Could go for Fetorias. Could go for Caravels as well. Looks like we've got yellow docking up the front. And, well, he's not queuing anything. He's just got docks. As Hera now makes his way over here with villagers, and he might go for a castle over on this side. No. He doesn't have enough stone. What's he doing? What are we up to here, Hera? Don't open the gate. Of course, Hera keeps it open. Thank you very much. But the gates are coming down here behind from Noisig, so well done there. To block off Hera, as Hera now goes for a monastery and a bunch of stables. On this side, Chris pushing forward, and Chris already has 5 trebuchets. He's got battle elephants as well with the Bengalis, and he's got the navy. So Chris is on an absolute warpath right now. Sobek is very fortunate he's Koreans here, as he's going to lose his bomber cannon to the Treb. Always the worst feeling when that happens, as those keeps are going to help him defend. No landings from Team Chile. And lots of harassment here from Canada. We've got Hera's little section over here. We've got Chris's little section over here. And Mentalist is here to help with some monks now. Battle elephants are pushing in. The Trebs can take care of the towers. The elephants can take care of the rams. And Mentalist can support from behind with some monks. Did he get the tower unique tech? He did not get it. He did not get it. Is this elite battle elephant? Are we gonna have? We're gonna have 2 players going battle elephant on Team Islands. This is the good old Team Canada strategy, dude. Trush into monks and battle elephants. Still don't get why Chile forgot about water for 15 minutes. They didn't forget about it. They made a choice not to do it after they lost their navies. They put those resources into their economies. That's how Noisig had like 120 villagers at one point. He's got 163 with Portuguese. Maybe not the best strategy ever. He's got 7 town centers right now. Petard's now coming out from Hera. This could be an issue. This could be an issue. This could be an issue. That castle maybe could be denied. And Hera, once again, converts a villager and holds the gate open. Converts a villager. She was a traitor twice. And the elephants are in through the open gate. That is the second time this game Hera has held a gate open. And oh god, oh no. I mean, Halberdier is in from Noisig, but that's just too many elephants, right? And now the castle here from White Court, it will go up, but it's going to be delayed. It's only a 1 villager castle over here from Noisig that should be denied fairly soon. Meanwhile, on the other side, I mean, Chris has 6 trebs here. We've got 4 trebs in defense from Wasepi and 2 trebs in defense from Sobek. But Mentalist also has units over here. He's got the famous Aztec Cavalier army. And Hera's just straight up killing a castle with elephants. He doesn't care. Also, Slam has the landing as well. So all 4 Canadian players are now on the opposing team's island. Aaron, oh my. Dude, is this a 1 villager castle? You get him, girl. Under a TC. Go get him. Okay, maybe this isn't the greatest fight for the elephants. Elephants are strong in choke points, but not that strong. Hera needs to back those up. And 2 villagers now. She has a friend. Also another castle here from Hera. Why don't we see trade cogs here? They're not out of gold yet. And trade carts are more efficient than trade cogs. They gather more gold. And they bump less. Now, we'll see what it's like on the new patch where they've adjusted the trade cogs a little bit. It's been joined by a 3rd friend. And there's 3 villagers building that castle now. Well, this is on the old patch, Earthquake. So I don't know. Also, it's hard to set up trade cog lines, right? Because you don't have like an island over here and an island over here. You got to set it up like here and then all the boats are just going to bump up against each other as they try and make that right turn back towards the docks again. Hera being stalled out here by the Halberdiers. But Slam, he's Mongols, folks. Slam is Mongols with elite Magadai. So, Noisic's going to have some issues, even with Portuguese. Meanwhile, on the other side, it seems like they've cleared up Chris's castles over here. As he tries to go for another one over on this side. But Mentalist is now in with Eagles. And they were just going Halb Treb to defend. So, Sobek is going to have to switch into champions, which he's attempting to do right now. But so far, the Eagles are putting in work against the Halbs, and they should be enough to clear up these Trebs. And Hera's just got castles in the middle of their base. Chile calls the GG, and what a performance there from Canada. Hera and Mentalist both transporting over forward dock transport with 4 villagers each. They both eventually lost their landings, but they managed to defend against purple at the same time, and Slam and Chris managed to win the water because they weren't investing anything in defense. So, like, when you were asking me, like, why did they just ignore the water? Noisic was so far behind on the water against Slam and lost his fishing ships and lost his first few galleys because of the landings from Hera and from Mentalist. So, like, he couldn't keep up on water. That's why he went the desperation dive method with the ships and tried to snipe all the fish, but the fish weren't back here. And then I think Sobek was looking fine, but Sobek tried to dive deep and snipe the fish, and then he got caught in between Chris and Slam, and then once he lost the initial navy, he just couldn't contest anymore. These are all wrecks, right? Nope. These are live. Yeah, I think Sobek might have gotten a little bit greedy with the water control, but I think with the lack of ships from Noisic and Noisic focusing on the defending on the land, Sobek was going to die regardless because Slam and Chris would have eventually just 2v1'd him. Anyway, fun game though. And I mean, Slam's KD pretty good. And credit to Slam. Like, those 2 galleys put in work. Those 2 galleys killed like 15 fishing ships, I think. Whitecourt had to do more damage with his landing. Yeah, it was tough for Whitecourt, though, because he was landing and getting landed at home at the same time. Oh, Rabdag was right all along, guys. Rabdag was right. Aztec Burmese OP civs, no chance for enemy. He was right. Also, Wasepi, yeah. Wasepi cleared up the landing with his knights, right? But he lost his fish at the back, and I think that's why you said he was quiet all game. I think that's why he was quiet. Like he built up his eco like he was gonna have these fish alive. And that's what you do as a pocket, right? If you back dock, you assume you're gonna have your fish alive, and then he gets to Castle Age. He's got like 3 farms and no fishing ships. Migration time? I think so. I think so. I think Chile should. I think honestly, their best chance is to pick BF. Because I don't know why we drafted that map. I know we have Slam, but I don't know why we drafted that. And they just played like 5 hours of BF today, the Chile team. Canada just used BF civs on Team Islands? Yeah. Let's see. They use Bengalis, Aztecs, Burmese. Top 3 Red Hot Chili Pepper songs? Probably not this one. He's Scar Tissue, Dark Necessities, and I don't know. I'd have to think about the third. Okay, we're going on to Migration. Hey, what's up, T-Dude? Classic Rock Clock. Rock O'Clock, thank you for the prime, dude. Thank you for all the follows. Thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate it. Such a slow song. What's their BF flanks? Dravidians and who? No, Dravidians wouldn't be a flank, dude. Think about Dravidians is for migration. Be the last civ use on BF. It'd be Cumans in the pocket. Cumans, Celts in the pocket, and then it would be like Turks and Bohemians. I don't know. Skipping the peppers for Chevelle. Skipping a slow song for a faster song. Khmer? No, they're not. They pick Khmer on Chaos Pit likely. Are these games with the newest patch? Everyone drink. Everybody drink. They're actually on the old patch. Speaking of drinks. You're back. Damn, Dave, you got me drunk every day last week. Is that what you told everyone? It was my fault. ROM Mac marked as lost. No. What are you looking at here, buddy? Oh, migration. Okay. I see what you mean. Thank you. I saw water. I just clicked it. Yeah, they still haven't started. They still haven't started. There we go. Here's an upbeat song. It's not unusual for Canada to 3-0 people. We are 14-0 so far in the tournament. Oh, where's the last Nilly? There it is. How about a point redeem to suggest music for one of these moments? If you don't like it, you just skip it. I don't trust you guys. Sounds like a lot of work. Na 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 na. Not even Havoc. There's a difference between. I think Havoc has pretty good music taste from what I've gleaned. Okay, she listens to Deftones and Perfect Circle, which is pretty high up there in my estimation. But I don't know if she's got the comedic timing music taste. I don't even know if I have that. Fair, Sedge. Dave, do you have a crush on Nilly? Just a little. Just a little itsy teeny. We just send the Spotify link and you add to the queue would be Pog? No, because no. We're not doing a music request so everyone can send me their fucking OST, anime OST. Like, we're not doing it. I'm sorry. It's not happening. You don't sound sorry? Stop calling me out on that. It's just an expression, okay? Anyway, here we go. Migration. We've got Team Chile against Team Canada. Game number 3. Canada's up 2-0, so Chile needs to win this. Canada has played Migration, I think, in every single set so far in the tournament. And they were talking about it before, or we were talking about it before, and we were actually wanted to pick this map. But I told the team, I was like, but wait. Chile has drafted this map multiple times, and they said, okay, then we'll let them draft it as a home map. And then, of course, they did. So Coach Dave prevails again. Anyway, we've got Sobek over here playing as the Italians. And he's going to be matching up against Slam, playing as the Japanese. Great civilization for Migration. And I think Italians will have the early advantage over Japanese, but Japanese should balance it out in mid-feudal age. Lumber cans being cheaper, fishing chips gathering faster, more HP on the fishing chips. Really, really nice. On the other flank, we have Mentalists playing as the Dravidians, and I hope that my team realizes that you can actually go for the dock fairly early because the team bonus with Dravidians is 5 population per player per dock, which is pretty pog. Now, in the pocket, we have Hera playing as the Burgundians, and we have Chris with the patented Chinese selection. Now, I've watched a lot of migration this tournament. I have seen no one else go for Chinese in the pocket here. And every single time I see Chris with this fucking Civ on this map, it is just domination. So I don't know if it's just like, if it's just a Chris thing. But like, they're pretty pog. Remember that one game he had the like 60 Chukunu with Bombard Towers, like 8 Trebs? It was filthy. People started copying Canada after they'd done it, yeah. And Canada has like no, our team doesn't seem to be one that will go for the fast imp fire play, which I like because I've seen that fast imp fire play fail quite a few times. White Court is playing on the Persians on this side, and Persians are very strong on migration. And it's a good thing that they didn't let them get Dravidians, because Persian-Dravidian combo is pretty dangerous. Persian should be up faster than Mentalist over here with the Dravidians. In the pocket for Chile, we also have Malay here with Wasepi. So they might be attempting to go for that fast imp fire play with him. Malay is a very good Civ to go fast Imperial with. And Noisek playing as the Lithuanians. So Hera taking Burgundians. All the other migration games that Chile has played, they have played Noisek in the pocket with Burgundians. And then he's open with Castile. So I'll be interested to see what he does with the Lithuanians here. Water control is useless on this map. I wouldn't say it's useless. It's just there's less value to it past like minute 20. Once the fish booms have already paid off for the pockets, killing the fish after that point, it does add value, but it doesn't like completely kill them. And if you don't manage to stop the flanks from transporting over early, then your water control doesn't mean as much as it could. Did they change the edges shape of the middle island, or is it random? I think it's more or less random. This is an interesting generation, though. It's pretty consistent, isn't it? This BF map is bugged, I think. Yeah, true. Okay, so first player up is indeed our Persians player, followed by the Italians, and then Mentalist over here is the next one up, and Mentalist has wisely docked over on the backside. So the Persians have docked at the front to be closer. Mentalist is going to dock back over here because he knows he's up against the Persians, and that's going to be an issue. Meanwhile, Slam on this side is going to dock at the back as well. He's significantly slower to the feudal age, but he's docked all the way around here. So it's going to take, what, like 20 seconds, 30 seconds? Once once Sobek is here to travel around to these docks from Slam. And Slam should have galleys out by then. Sobek should fish trap in the corner. I was thinking the same thing, dude. I was actually, if Sobek is ever stuck on his island, that like he can see that. He doesn't see that there's a fish there, but he can see it's completely cut off. I think it would be pretty pog. Be pretty good if he did that. So we can see our pockets still adding fish. Like Hera's at 5 fish. He's got one more in the queue. We've got Chris. Or sorry, Hera's at 6 and has 2 more in the queue. Chris is still adding some fish. Over here is the Chinese. And he's actually gone for a mill on the shore fish as well. Why not make a dock? I think a dock adds more value here. It's 50 more wood, I guess. But this is some old school plays here from Chris. And he's going to get some extra food income. So it is what it is, you know. Yeah, I know, Paradox. It's for the market. He already has one, my dude. And he's got a Dravidian teammate. What? Chris. it's double trouble, bro. He does know he can drop off food at the dock. He does know it. He must. The Viking teammate? No, he doesn't have Vikings. Vikings have been sniped, dude. Vikings aren't in this game. There's the market from Chris. Blacksmith from Chris as well. And Chris is going to be able to click up to the Castle Age quite quickly. Hera's on 12 fishing ships with 3 more in the queue, and he's on the way up to the Feudal Age. Slam is already defending here, and you see what I mean? Docking at the back, when you've got like a slower civ like Japanese against Italians, really good strategy. Buys you a lot of time. I don't think he realizes this galley is in here, though. He's trying to avoid working. That galley be stuck. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mentalist is just playing on the defensive again. 3 docks from our Persians player. He does produce faster with Persian docks. So Mentalist is wisely staying home. And he's working away on the Blacksmith. Blacksmith will go up first for White Court, though. So White Court might think about pushing here. Does Slam notice? He still doesn't see the galley, apparently. Maybe it can't get out. Maybe it's just stuck forever. Fletching is not in here for Mentalist. He's got to be careful with this engagement. But he is closer to his docks, so yeah. I don't know if White Court can push this. Mentalist is just going to wait for Fletching. Looks like Slam is being pressured, but we all know how Slam does on water in a 1v1. Slam's going to be fine over there. Mentalist losing a villager on the dock. A little bit sloppy from him. Good job from White Court there to snipe that Vil. White Court's still trying to apply pressure. Mentalist, it feels like he just needs to survive on this flank, right? We've seen this before with him. He falls a little bit behind. A person with maybe a bit better civ or someone who's maybe a little bit more familiar with this migration build. But he manages to survive, and that's all that Chris needs. He just needs some time. He needs time to cook. On the other side, market here from Slam. Slam microing against Sobek over on this side, and both players with 0 kills. Really, really good stuff from both of these guys. I love to see the galley dance. So much fun to play with. Mentalist doing the same thing over on the other side. 2 kills here for Red. As Chris has made his way to the center. He's going to see the scout there from Noisik. And Noisik will signal the TC there from Chris. As Chris is going to try and quick wall. Oh, he's old, but he's not that... He's not that old. He's fine. He can do it. Nice attempt from Chris as he loads more villagers towards the middle and tries to get the TC up. Interesting strategy here from Noisik. He's actually going to open with scouts. Didn't do that in any of the other Chile games. Probably because he had Burgundians, which the Canadians now have. But Chris is going to get that TC up regardless, and Chris is going to start working away on his second TC. Mentalist still fighting toe-to-toe here with White Court. And on the other side, we've got Slam and Orange, and Slam has one... There is 1 kill between these two. That's crazy, dude. That's actually crazy. Great micro from both of them. And they've just been hanging around fighting this entire time. Another snipe there from Slam. And another snipe there from Slam. You don't mess with Slam in Galley Wars. Sobek finally getting one back, though. Hera getting to the center here. And Hera's going to try and wall off this area with the villagers. Try and get the castle up here with Burgundians and go into Castilier. And the wolf is even coming in here to fuck with him. And yes, the wolf has killed the villager, sadly. Town center going up here from Wasepi. And Wasepi is already on the way to Imperial Age. We knew this fast imp was going to come in from the Malay, but this is really fast. This is a 19-minute Imperial Age. And he's going into fast fires. Nice gate there from Hera to deny that knight coming in. It's going into fast fires, so our flanks might be in trouble here. Flanks might be in trouble. I love this, though. Look at the teamwork from Chris. He knows Mentalist can't really invest into a transport ship. He's sending a transport ship over there, and he's going to send it to the middle. This is part of the game plan for migration, is to get your flanks to that center area as fast as possible. You want them to have a TC up there so that they don't get completely surrounded on their home island. And he's already got the villagers across. So great job. Great teamwork there from Team Canada. Also, Chris is like, I don't like the idea that he knows where I am. I need some vision. My man is going double outpost. He's already booming up. Fish still kind of untouched. He's got 11 fishing ships so far. Hera going for more TCs in the center here. Kind of an awkward position over here to place TCs. There's a lot of hills. As Slam has now... Ooh, Slam has found a great engagement against Sobek. And he's going to be able to clear up the entire navy from Sobek. It looks like he's trying to block it here. So that it doesn't go on some YOLO mission to snipe the fish from Hera. 1,500 food from Hera. That's what happens when you have 21 fishing ships, dude. That's crazy. He's just waiting for the TCs to come up to put it into them. He could probably sell 500 food and put it into Castilia as well. Fastfire's already on the way from our Malay player. In my brain, purple and white colors should be switched for recognizing better the teams. No, because it's odds versus evens. Kahanic. So it goes 1, 3, 5, 7 is blue, green, teal, gray. Couple galleys made it away, but Slam is going to make his way back here with the war galleys and try and snipe the fish. Unfortunately for him, Sobek just escaped. And Sobek will be on the center here with villagers. So will our other flank, White Court, as he now has the assistance of the fast fires. And Chris is sending more villagers. He's ferrying more villagers across from Mentalist, because I don't think Mentalist is going to have the capability to send them across himself. From this point forward, Mentalist is officially stranded on his island. And that's just fantastic teamwork from Canada. Really, really good. Chile, though, hitting the timing, and it was a sick fast imp from Wasepi. And Wasepi's going to be able to push back these ships here from Slam. Like, the war galleys are doing nothing to those. And Wasepi immediately makes his way over to the fish from Chris, and Hera's going to have to be worried about his fish as well. Hera still has a ton of food in the bank, and he's even adding another TC. Hera's boom is going to be pretty good here fairly soon, as Chris now adds his first castle. Mentalist is going on a joyride. Mentalist knows he has no chance. He's snuck around with his galleys. Somehow, he got 20 galleys behind enemy lines. How many fishing ships can he kill is the question. He knows this army is dead. He's YOLOing. And he tries to kill as many fishing ships as he can. Galleys versus fast fires. I mean, I think that's a good decision. There's no point in holding on to those galleys. They're just going to die. Dave, welcome to my second monitor. Oh, thanks, man. Couldn't be on your first monitor. On the other side, Slam's still kind of pushing. He's added in demos in front of his war galleys. And he's going to try and cut off access from Sobek's island. He's done it! Guys! He did it! He's going to start adding fish traps back here. He actually did it. The absolute madman. Respect to Sobek. Meanwhile, in the center... Hera losing a villager. I think he converted that villager, though. And he's got some Castilia here. He's also on the way to the Imperial Age. And Hera's got 59 villagers, and he still has 21 fishing ships alive. Chris is trying to defend here with just demo rafts. And credit to Mentalist and Chris for keeping those fires away from Hera's fishing eco. Still has a pretty ridiculous eco here with 64 villagers. Chris also at 87. Chris at 87 villagers already. And he's going for his second castle. Crazy, dude. Actually crazy. Also, Castilier, no! Noisig tries to go for the castle here, and the Castilier are there from Hera. They're going to be able to deny that castle, and he's really struggling to fight against this. He needs more monks. He's got some villagers garrisoned in here, so the castle will be completed eventually. But Team Canada is taking control of this area. We've got a third town center coming up in the center from Slam, as he's cutting off Orange's Island. Wasepi, what is the game plan here for him? He's going into a full land switch. The fast fires didn't accomplish everything that he wanted to, I think, fast enough. And now he's decided that he needs to go into Arbalest to stop the push from Chris and stop the harassment over here from Hera. Has Orange landed? Yes, Orange is here. All of the players from Chile have landed. All of the players from Canada have landed. But Hera is denying this castle still. Oh my god. Noisig is taking hits, guys. He's the pocket player, and he's only at 60 villagers. We look at the pockets from Team Canada. Hera's at 79. Chris is at 100 villagers, and he's on the way up to Imp. What's the idle TC time here? Hera's at 154 idle TC time. Chris is only at 4.5 minutes. Slam's at 2:13. It's actually pretty reasonable for everyone except Noisig, who has obviously been struggling here. Crazy. And Chris, 10 Shukanu, 10 in the queue. Plenty of villagers on the middle island. He's surrounded at home, but he just doesn't seem to care about that. Slam also kind of still contesting the water, and now he's chasing after fishing ships as well. Doing a very nice job over here. Mentalist, while he can't expand off his main island, he's going for a 4th town center in the middle. Chile still has the eco unit lead in this game, but I think a lot of that is due to the fishing ships. You look at their fishing boom, then you look at the fish boom from Canada. Canada's eco population is in villagers, and they are on the middle, as Chris now is already getting elite Chukanu, and he's pushing forward. He's got 20 of them. We also have the Castilier over here from Hera to support. Ballistics and Bracer coming in for Chris as well. They have to be careful around here because our Malay player has some crossbows, but still doesn't even have Bodkin yet. Still doesn't even have ballistics yet, and Chris should be in a position to completely mow these down and potentially even deny this TC over here from Noisig. Things have not been going well for Noisig. I think that's an understatement, right? Like, he got that castle denied forever, lost a bunch of vills, and now he's losing a ton of villagers, and this TC is going to be denied for sure. As Chris has a 3rd castle now in the center here. Hera's trying to treb that down, but it'll be taken out by the converted Castilier here from Noisig. Castle in the center as well from Sobek, and he's on the way up to Imp. Slam is still not clicked up to Imp. Mentalist is still not clicked up to Imp, but the pockets for Team Canada are in a fantastic position. Eco is now ahead for Team Canada. And combined, they have, what, 10 fishing ships? So that eco number is very misleading. Hera's eco is ridiculous. 126 villagers. Chris's eco is kind of ridiculous. And Chris is pushing forward here. He's trying to take out the monks. But he doesn't seem to have enough Chukanu here. And now Arbalest is on the way for Wasepi. So maybe Wasepi can deny this castle. Maybe they can push this back. But now here Hera comes with the Castilier. And Chris has constant Chukanu production. He's got 21 in the queue. He's got more villagers coming forward to complete this castle. Slam is now heading over on this side with some ships. He's up to Imperial Age. Mentalist is up to Imperial Age. And once this castle is complete, Wasepi's going to need to back up here. Chris is clicking away, guys. Chris is clicking away the castle. It's at 94%. The villager's microing. The villager's dead. Good denial there from Wasepi. Chris will need to back up for the time being. Did Hera get Elite Castilier? Not yet. He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. I don't think they need to press the issue on this castle. I really don't think so. I think they'll be fine. And Slam's adding castles behind this. Noisik also adding a couple more castles of his own. Second castle here from Sobek. And first castle of the game here from White Court, who's playing as the Persians and has 121 villagers. And Chris comes forward once again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And he's going to try again, just long enough for the castle to go down to the bombard cannons. Maybe send these ones forward. Maybe not even try to repair this. Slam patrolling Mentalist Island. He's like, I got you, bud. And look at this. Good recognition here for Mentalist. He's like, no, I gotta shut this down. I can't let a TC go up over there. Sorry, bud. Elephant Archers are now being produced from Mentalist. If we get Chukanu, Elephant Archer, Samurai, and Castilier, with Yasuma Towers also added in from Slam, that's going to be a pretty brutal combination. I'm not going to lie. That is an amazing composition. Well, the Chukanu are ripping. They have full upgrades here, and suddenly Chris has 47. Yasuma Towers coming in now. All the upgrades for the Elephant Archers coming in from Mentalist. He's at 130 villagers. Our Persians player is trying to go into Paladin, and Paladin has indeed been clicked. He's got 141 villagers. Still got 10 fishing ships, and he's got plenty of stables. But Chris and Nahara are on the warpath, man. Castle coming up over here from Hera. Castle over here from Sobek. Sobek is going to try and go into Elite Genoese Expo. But what do you do? Like, those will work against the Elephant Archers and the Samurai, but they won't, I guess, against the Castilier, but they won't work that well against the Chukanu, and they definitely won't work that well against the towers. Also, Hera, I think we'll just add in some bombard cannons, right? Burgundians. Hera is raiding everything on this side. Paladin is almost in here for red. So Chris probably needs to be careful with his Chukanu, and it looks like he lost a bunch of them. He's actually down to 16, so this entire army over here got cleared up. But the towers are in now from Slam. Oh, no. Bombard Tower also coming in from Chris. Onager is in from Chris. It's a powerful composition. Guys, it's a powerful composition from both teams. If Chile can hold on to the golds, like if Chile can hold on to their section of the map, maybe they can push this back. They're going to have Paladin, Latus, Genoese Expo, and Arbalist versus Elephant Archer, Chukanu, Samurai, Yasuma Towers, Elite Castilier, and Bombard Cannons. What a random fight. Elite Samurai on the way. Towers putting in work over here. Treb stack from Chris is a beautiful thing behind this. Chukanu are certainly mowing down units. And look at the amount of siege from Chris. 5 Trebs, 6 Onagers, 4 more Onagers in the queue. Excellent positioning from Team Canada here, too. Chile just can't seem to take a fight. And every time that Canada gains some ground, Slam is there with the towers, and Chris is about to be there with the Bombard Towers now. They can't get close. Come on, Paladin. Try and come in here against Chris. Try and come in here. They can't get close. The Genoese Expo are doing fairly well against these elephants. Or are they? Like, they get bonus damage against them, but look at this. Mentalist just doesn't care. The elephants have too much HP. And that castle's going to go down. Canada are like buddy system here. No player is getting too far out of position. They're all just kind of hanging around each other. And Chris's Trebs behind this, along with Slam's Trebs, are just mopping up everything. Every time they gain a foothold somewhere, Chris and Slam are there with towers. And Hera is now pushing on this side, too, with bombard cannons. Oh, my God. This is an unstoppable wave. Like, this is not a weak army. This is an extremely powerful army from Chile. But it feels like they can't do anything. Like, the Elephant Archers are just sitting here, tanking damage from the Genoese Expo and from the Arbalest. He's got more in the queue. Chris is now shifting around this way. We've also got some hand cannons mixed in here from Mentalist. And the towers are still being built, and Chile calls the GG, and Canada have just gone 15-0. Or no, is it more than that? It's more than that, I think. I think Canada have gone 18-0. No, it's 15-0. 15-0. That's right. 17-0? Because we played 5 sets. Damn, dude. Crazy. Crazy. Chile was 100% dead there, though. 100%. They take one bad fight, they lose everything, and then it's over. They can't push it. Like, they might be able to kill this army, but they can't kill the towers. Did Wasepi do the same thing and use the pawn? No, Wasepi didn't use the pawn on his own island, bro. But our Italians player did, which is pretty sweet. Amazing play from Team Canada. Another 3-0. They look so strong on this map too. They look so strong on this map. And they're proving that you don't need that guy to go like fast imp fires, which is what a lot of teams do, right? Like we saw Wasepi do it, and it felt like he couldn't do enough damage to overcome the fact that Canada already had all 4 members of their team on the middle with multiple town centers. Also, credit to Chris, and I'm assuming Hera did the same thing for Slam, where they sent the transport ship over so that Mentalist and Slam didn't have to worry about making a transport ship of their own. They could fully focus on water, and their teammate just ferries them over. Makes it a lot easier, right? You can get over there a couple minutes faster, and it's good. But yeah, this team continues to impress, man. Continues to impress. Good job from Chile as well. We saw their series against Austria. They're a super impressive team. They topped their group, and they're not done yet. They go down to the losers bracket, where I believe they'll face Germany. So that's a cool matchup. And Canada will go on to face China. Yikes. Yikes. Better not miss that one, boys and girls. That's going to be super hype. When versus China? I don't know. They have to schedule it. They have to schedule it. Let's take a look at the economies here. I think, oh my God, Chris had such a nice eco. Hera had a beautiful economy as well. Even Mentalist and Slam weren't too far behind. Everyone kind of keeping up on this map. I want to actually check the fishing for a Malay player. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. What about the fishing for purple? Been watching too much Black Forest, right? We get spoiled. Could be the grand final pre-match. I think the grand final will probably involve Finland in some way. But who knows? I mean, Canada's going to have to go through Finland if they want to make it to the winner's bracket final. This was my third chili pepper song, if you were wondering. Nomad was a map in this, right? You can just ban it. I don't think that's an auto loss for Canada either. I mean, Hera doesn't really like Nomad, but he's not bad at it. Mentalist is really good at Nomad. Slam's really good at Nomad. And I know Chris has played it many times. Dave, who you got in Canada, China? Canada, 3-1. I think we lose our first game. I think China is the weakest it's been in any Nations Cup. They don't have Paladin. They've replaced Paladin with Tim. And I think that's a downgrade.